And then there's a train. When is there not, right? I mean... Hi everybody, my name is Rosalie. Welcome back to my channel, back to Chubby. Today is another weigh-in video, and in a way it's sort of a do-it-with-me weight loss as well. I did my meal prep this week, and I filmed the part of it I was going to show you, and then the rest of the video just never got done. I just never got around to it. So, I'm going to show you what I tried to make this week. It didn't quite go according to plan, as most of my week didn't, but that's okay. But first, if you clicked on this video, I'm sure you're actually here for the weigh-in, so I will go ahead and show you that, and we'll go from there.
Hello. It's ready. $352.2 pounds.
Okay, so last week I was at 354.4, so that means that this week I lost 2.2 pounds. If you're new to my channel, or if this is your first time seeing a weigh-in, or if you're just not really familiar with my journey so far, let me break it down a little bit further for you. I started off just over a year ago at 435 pounds and decided that I was going to lose 277 pounds to get down to my goal weight of 158. Of that 277 pounds, so far I have lost 82.8 pounds total, which means that I have lost 29.9% of the weight I've set out to lose and about 19% of my starting body weight. That also means I have 194.2 pounds left to go until I reach my long-term goal, but to reach my short-term goal, which is currently 350 pounds, I've only got 2.2 pounds left to go. So that's pretty great. I did have a few non-scale victories I wanted to share in addition to the weigh-in though. First of all, I walked more this week. Not very much, but I walked more this week on purpose for exercise and because I enjoyed it than I have in years. So I walked about 5 miles this week just to exercise and enjoyed it and didn't hurt myself. If you follow me on Snapchat or Instagram, you probably saw on Saturday last week I went for a walk at very early in the morning, and I thought I had gone about a mile, and I got home and logged in my route, and I'd actually gone 2 miles. And that was a pretty big deal for me. I mean, 2 miles might not sound like a lot to a lot of people, but I did it, didn't hurt myself, didn't have to stop, which is a huge thing for me, and actually enjoyed it, just like cruised along listening to my music. To put that in perspective, I went for 2 miles without stopping, at 352 pounds, and while still enjoying it, compared to last year at this same time where I could maybe walk to the back of Walmart and then partway to the front and have to stop at this bench that they've got in a store. Or even at work last year, I would have to take the elevator from my office on the 3rd floor to the 1st floor, get out of the building and have to sit at a bench for a minute, then walk another maybe 50-60 yards and sit at another bench and catch my breath, or walk another 50-60 yards and just feel like I was dying by the time I got to my car. And now I park further away, I take the stairs, I walk more, I feel like I have a lot more energy and it hurts less when I walk. I mean, there are some issues with my knee that are getting better as I lose weight. There are some issues that have been issues since I was 150 pounds and they're never going to change. But they aren't exacerbated as much now that some of the weight is off. Additionally, some of you guys who've been around for a while have seen this hoodie and my green hoodie. They're both very big now. I mean, they were big to begin with, but now they hang below my apron belly, which is huge. I'm happy with that. Also, I am wearing a size 3X pants right now, which before I had a size 6X pants that were very, very tight. Also, I ordered some new nicer pants for work this week, and I ordered some pants in a size 28-30. I don't know what made me decide to do it, but the last pants I bought, if you remember, were a new pair of jeans after my previous pair had gotten too big, and those ones that I bought then were a size 34. that's down a couple sizes, which is cool. I also, for the first time in a long time, was able to get a new sports bra. And this one is on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description box below, but it's pretty tight. Like, it actually works like a sports bra. Up until now, if I ordered a sports bra, or if I found a sports bra that was in my size, it wasn't a sports bra. It was basically some stretchy t-shirt material cut in the shape of a sports bra. It didn't do anything, you know what I mean? But this is an actual sports bra that I can get on over me and keeps me in place. But I'll put a link in the description down below because several people asked me on Snapchat where I got it, because it's kind of hard to find actual sports bras that work, that do their job at our size. So that was pretty cool. It's been a good week. It's been horrendously busy, but I guess I should say fantastically busy. It's been a whirlwind this week. I had one-on-one conferences with students, and I had a bunch of other stuff that I was trying to get done for my own life, and I met with a new client, which I'm real excited about. It's just been a long week. I'm glad it's Friday. That being said, I'm glad I took the time to do meal prep this week. So let's use that as a segue and let me show you what I made, and it's not what I tried to make. This week I'm going to make, or try to make, a healthier version of cinnamon baked apples. The very first thing I'm going to do is peel all of my apples and then core and cut them into slices. I'm just going to use this handy little gadget I got from Walmart for about $2. And then I'm going to put them in the crock pot and set them aside. Next, I'm going to juice a lemon, just so I can pour it over the apples to keep them from turning brown while I measure everything else out. Next, I'm going to put in some margarine and my spices, which are several tablespoons of cinnamon, a little bit of allspice, a little bit of nutmeg, and then this recipe, instead of using brown sugar or regular sugar, is just going to use vanilla flavoring to try and make it taste sweeter without a lot of sugar. Finally, I'm going to put about half a cup of water in the bottom just to keep it from burning, and turn it on low for several hours, stirring occasionally. So here's the thing, up until that point, everything went fine. The thing is, I cooked them on low for like an hour or two, and I stirred them, and they were getting softer, and everything smelled amazing, and everything was going great. And then I got busy with some stuff for work and forgot about them. So they probably needed to cook for about another hour, hour and a half, and they cooked for like another 3 or 4 hours. So what happened was I basically made applesauce. They were just completely falling apart. They still tasted fine, it tasted great, the recipe was great, but they were to the point where I just used a spoon to turn them into applesauce. They were so soft, I didn't even use a fork. So I went ahead and divvied that out, and now I had some delicious applesauce for the rest of the week. So it works great to just eat as is, or to mix into like some oatmeal. The recipe was great. It was not the recipe's fault. But if I had not cooked them as long, I think they would have turned out exactly how I wanted them to. And there's way less sugar in it than there would normally be if you follow some of the other recipes. I actually found this on a diabetes website because I really wanted that. I don't know why, I was just really craving baked cinnamon apples. Everything I found basically said to add like half a cup of brown sugar for like 2 apples. So I was like, that seems like a lot. I don't know about that. So I was pretty happy with how this turned out. Things I would recommend are to double the amount of apples you have. I used 8 apples here for 8 servings, so basically 1 apple per serving. And I did have the amount of butter that the recipe I found called for, or margarine, whatever. It essentially called for 1 tablespoon per apple. Again, that seemed like a little much, so I did half a tablespoon per apple. The cinnamon and nutmeg and allspice didn't really add anything of nutritional value, but they tasted and smelled great, and I feel like the vanilla flavoring was a nice alternative to actually including cups of sugar. So I will link to that recipe in the description box down below. As long as you don't overcook it, it turns out great. In addition to the link for the recipe and for the sports bra, there's also a link for the scale, because I get questions about that a lot, in the description box below. There is also some information like my P.O. box. If you want to connect with me but social media is not really your thing, you can send me a letter or a postcard there. If you do want to find me on social media, you can find me on Snapchat or Twitter or Instagram with the username BackToChubby, all one word. And also several people lately have asked me about BetterHelp, which is the mobile counseling service I use. And I think especially now that we're in that time of year when it gets darker earlier and some people maybe are having some seasonal depressive tendencies, it's always helpful to talk to somebody. So there's a link for BetterHelp in the description box below if you want to give that a try. And of course you can find me here. So if you want to see more of my weigh-ins in the future or more of the meal preps when they actually go up, then be sure to subscribe. And I hope wherever you guys are, you are safe and happy and healthy. Remember to just keep trying the best you can, and I will see you next week. Bye.